So in section C of the rubric, which is appreciation of writers' choices, you want to work with bigger ideas. So characterization, motifs, plot development, story structure, all of these literary features in the middle section of the literary feature continuum that we have here. And then connecting all of those literary devices to the thematic elements of both texts, but also having support for those literary elements. So the section A of knowledge understanding connects to section C of appreciation of writers' choices, because you have to have specific examples from the text, oftentimes with quotes, to support these literary elements. And you want to balance the literary choices of both authors. What do they do similarly? What do they do differently? And how their choices reflect a greater meaning in connection to the question. Every section, you have to connect to the question. That's always going to be the significant. So in your paper 2, you want to connect section A of the rubric, which is knowledge and understanding, your specific references to plot points, with section C, which is appreciation of writers' choices. And so here we see the student does that by referencing the scene in the clearing, where Setha feels hands massaging her neck that she thinks is baby Suggs, and then those same hands strangling her, which may or may not be beloved. And so she takes that ambiguous scene and connects it to section C, the ambiguous narration, which is the appreciation of writers' choices, and then back to section B of response to the question, by talking about how that ambiguous narration causes us not to trust beloved as a narrator. So that connects back to the question about a number of different voices, and the effects of viewpoint in the text that you've studied. And so you have to answer the question in every section of the rubric, and they work together. So we saw how the student approached section C, appreciation of writers' choices in Beloved. Now we're going to take a look at how she does it in As I Lay Dying. As I said before, you want to start with the knowledge and understanding section A, with a reference to the text. And so we have Cash's chapter in a numbered list. And then the effect of that numbered list is characterizing him as meticulous and deliberate. So that's the effect of the literary feature in relation to the work. And then we have an example with Vardaman, and then the significance in relation to the work of As I Lay Dying, with that he's trying to rationalize his mother's death. And so with both of those examples, you have to connect them to the question. And so she does that here by connecting it to the different voices aspect of the question here, and the significance, the effects of those different viewpoints, with allowing for direct access into the character's thoughts, entertaining the reader, and allowing the reader to decide who to trust.